Ferrari is taking one of the biggest gambles with its 2026 engine project. Behind the scenes at Maranello, Ferrari engineers are working tirelessly on its new power unit, and information on the new engine is already being presented, and Ferrari are going for a very big risk for the potential of very high reward. So what are these changes, and why is it a big risk for Ferrari and its 2026 engine? Let's start off with how Ferrari is going to tackle 2026's complex engine. In 2026, engines are changing dramatically. What was an 85-15 split between the internal combustion engine and the hybrid system is revised to a challenging 50-50 split, with the engine producing 400 kilowatts of power while the hybrid system will be producing 350 kilowatts. Vasseur has called this a challenging project to tackle, but in a recent interview revealed that he sees his team taking massive risks with the power unit to gain a competitive advantage early on next year. With that information, we have some credible sources revealing exact details of the risks Ferrari are taking with next year's engine, pushing limits of combustion, design, fuel, and efficiency. Ferrari is said to be going for a very aggressive design with its 1.6-litre turbo V6. Many insiders have reported on the team working on a very compact internal combustion engine design with the cylinder heads designed to withstand higher pressures and temperatures, while other parts such as cooling channels are designed with aggressive shapes and bends to allow the engine to run hotter. Ferrari is said to be using manufacturing techniques such as additive manufacturing or 3D printing, combined with direct metal laser sintering or DMLS. DMLS is a process where successive layers of fine metal powder can be fused through a high-powered laser. This manufacturing technique incorporated gives Ferrari engineers the ability to design parts with a compact and complex shape as CAD models and manufacture them with highest precision. Also, 3D printing gives Ferrari the flexibility of using different materials, and for the cylinder head, the team is already trying out a different composition of aluminium alloy combined with copper and certain ceramics to raise the cylinder head's breaking point when submitted to higher pressures and temperatures, while also dissipating heat more efficiently. This means Ferrari will be able to run their engine much harder, theoretically, generating a bit more power consistently. But Ferrari are also pursuing three big benefits with this engine design for its 2026 car. The first advantage is to try and run smaller radiators, maximizing the car's aerodynamic potential. Side pods are a huge part in current Formula One cars, and it will be a big talking point next year as well, with the new 2026 cars. The cooling inlets on these side pods are not just about keeping the power unit cool, they're also key aerodynamic panels which dictates mid-body airflow, as in how efficiently the car is able to slice through air. While the shape of the side pods matters to manipulate the airflow, the size of the side pods almost matters big time, as a big side pod's geometry will be less efficient in cutting through the air compared to a smaller counterpart. Recent reports have revealed that engineers at Maranello are working on an aerodynamic philosophy similar to the Mercedes Zero Pods, trying to incorporate a smaller side pods design to gain maximum aero advantage. Also, this year, McLaren has shown us how much performance there is to gain by having an ultra-tight bodywork. The second advantage is better management of the hybrid system. The 2026 power units are going for a 50-50 split between the engines and the electrical system. Many drivers following simulator sessions have pointed out concerns of battery depletion midway certain straights due to the need to utilize excess electrical energy to reach top speeds. The philosophy Ferrari are working for the 2026 engine means it will have the ability to run the ICE harder, possibly generating more power than expected. This should help in balancing out the car's electrical energy management over a lap, as the extra horsepower should allow for a little bit more conservation of electrical energy under deployment. Therefore, the Ferrari power unit overall will have a better deployment map, ensuring maximum performance over the entire lap. The third advantage Ferrari are trying to gain is from the car's overall weight. 2026 cars have a mandated minimum weight limit of 768 kilograms, and next year's cars, despite the cars being smaller than 2025 cars, the hybrid side of the power unit has almost tripled, adding more weight through components like the battery pack. So shedding weight from the actual engine itself helps in saving some weight, helping Ferrari get closer towards that minimum weight limit. As we know, 10 kilograms of weight saved is equivalent to 3/10 of lap time gain. So the Ferrari engine department is working hand in hand with the aero and chassis department, and the aim for Ferrari with its 2026 project is to make an engine that's compact, that increases car design flexibility while producing maximum horsepower. If this works, the 2026 Ferrari could have not just a fast engine, but a complementing efficient aerodynamic package and mechanical platform. But here is when the risk factor comes into play. The philosophy Ferrari are trying to implement in its 2026 engine is not all plain sailing, as there are a lot of complications and issues that could arise with this type of an aggressive design, particularly reliability concerns. Running hotter engines generating maximum power is all good from a performance standpoint, but the engine running hotter for longer on minimal cooling can lead to increased wear and high reliability concerns. Engine reliability has been Ferrari's Achilles heel in this turbo hybrid era, more prominent in 2022 when the team made a similar decision to ramp up the engine's power, just so it burst into flames in most power-hungry circuits. Ferrari has seemingly taken the same approach for 2026, and already we have heard multiple reports revealing reliability concerns with the 2026 Ferrari engine, specifically with the cylinder head failing due to it being exposed to higher pressures and temperatures. But this time, Ferrari are deliberately pushing things to the edge. As they see the high-risk factor looming, the Scuderia are betting on the fact that it's easy to improve the reliability of a powerful engine with in-season updates rather than improving performance of a reliable subpar engine. And with the FIA allowing exemptions for reliability fixes, and there being a 3% performance buffer rule giving certain teams extra testing allowances to catch up to the best engine, Ferrari believe they have a safety net. Still, one mishap can derail Ferrari's progress for the next 4 seasons. While the team is hoping to start 2026 as the dominant force, as did Mercedes back in 2014 when these turbo hybrids were first introduced in F1, by taking high risks with the use of radical materials, extreme packaging and complicated technology, if they do so, will not only have a competitive power unit and chassis, they could end up being the benchmark. But the internal combustion engine is one half of the 2026 power unit, as teams have to focus on the battery system which next year will be responsible for half the power output. We have an electrical system which is almost 3 times more powerful than before, with the motor generator unit heat, or MGUH, eliminated, making the MGUK the primary source of energy recovery, making braking systems all the more important. So the balance between combustion, electricity, aerodynamics, weight and cooling will dominate next year. As was the case in 2014, nailing the hybrid formula from race 1 will be crucial, because the team that gets it wrong could fall into the midfield abyss and it could take them as much as half a decade to catch up. Such is the learning curve. This is not just a power unit update. 2026 is going to redefine how Formula 1 works. Electricity will be as important or even more important than combustion. Drivers will race with their feet, fingers and mind, constantly adjusting regen, overrides, deployment and harvesting in real time, making races more tactical and strategic than ever. But gaining every edge on the engine can improve how the electrical components are utilized, improving the degree of freedom, which might be what Ferrari is chasing after. So the 2026 power unit is shaping up to be one of the biggest technical gambles Ferrari has taken in recent times. And next year we will find out if Ferrari's approach of big risk for the potential of high reward pays off or not. But what do you guys think? Is Ferrari making the right call here to push the engine's technical limits, risking reliability over pure performance? Or are they setting up themselves for yet another reliability disaster? I'm very much into your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section down below. And if you've made it this far, go ahead and watch this video to find out what the competitive picture looks like for the last 7 races of 2025.